Yeah, so in this lesson, bouncing off the last lesson on triangles, we're going to be talking about the Pythagorean Theorem. And as you know, every triangle is going to have three sides, but the Pythagorean Theorem particularly is going to only work for right triangles, so those triangles that have a right angle in them somewhere. If I can draw on my board here, it's not a very pretty triangle. But every triangle is going to have three sides. When you have a right triangle, that side opposite of the right angle is going to be what's called your hypotenuse, and we're going to label that C. We're going to call the two sides A and B. So we have the three sides A, B, and C. C meaning your hypotenuse. What Pythagorean's theorem says, if I take the length of side A squared and I add it to the length of side B squared, that's going to equal the length of side C squared. So let's look at an example. If I had a triangle, a right triangle with sides 12 feet and 16 feet, what I would do is I'd make this 12 squared plus 16 squared equals C squared. So I'd have 144 plus 256 equals C squared. When I add 144 and 256, I get 400 equals C squared. Now don't forget to take the square root of both sides. To get just C by itself is equal to 20. So therefore, that missing side is going to be equal to 20. So now let's look at another triangle. We have hypotenuse 14 and one side, which is also called a leg, by the way. So we'll say one leg is 10. We want to find the other leg. If this is my right angle, the two sides on the right angle are called the legs. So again, we have A squared plus B squared equals C squared. We don't know A, but B is 10 and C is 14. So we'll put those in and square them. We get A squared equals plus 100 equals 196. Let's subtract 100. We get A squared equals 96. Now to solve for A, we take the square root of both sides. We get A equals the square root of 96, which is 9.79 in your calculator, roughly. So that's how we find a leg if we are missing a side. Finally, one last thing. You might have to identify whether something is a right triangle or not. So what if we had a triangle with the sides 9 meters, 12 meters, and 15 meters? Does that give us a right triangle? Well, let's put it in the Pythagorean theorem. A squared plus B squared equals C squared. How do we choose which one is our C? It's got to be the longest one. So we'll put 15 in for here. We'll put 9 in for A and 12 in for B, but it doesn't matter. These could be A and B or B and A. So 9 squared is 81. 12 squared is 144. 15 squared is 225. 81 plus 44 is 225. Since Pythagorean theorem works for this triangle, it is a right triangle. On the other hand, if you had numbers like 6 inches, 7 inches, and 12 inches, what that's going to give you is 6 squared plus 7 squared equals 12 squared, or 36 plus 49 equals 144. Well, 36 plus 49 is only 85, which does not equal 144. So the answer is no, this is not a right triangle. And that's going to conclude our lesson on the Pythagorean theorem.